You know, throughout history, people have passed information down. Their history has been passed down through stories. And we all have a liking for stories. And today I'm going to read a poem by Charles Bukowski called The Man with the Beautiful Eyes. And it reads like a story, really. And I really like this poem because it reminds me when I was a kid. And one of the things that comes out in the story is that how the kids start to develop a perception, an idea about their parents, about this man with the beautiful eyes. And I remember when I first read it and I was looking at the poem, I remember getting carried along with the kids' perceptions. You know, I was on their side. And yet when I looked at the man with the beautiful eyes, you realize, well, he doesn't seem very good, actually. So it just shows you the powers of persuasion. And, as we go through life, don't forget when we pick up perceptions as children, they don't disappear. They're in there and they'll pop up. Anything could make them pop up at any time. So anyway, if you like the poem, get a copy, have a read of it and see what you think. Let me know what you think. That'd be great. And so here we go. Charles Bukowski, The Man with the Beautiful Eyes. When we were kids, there was a strange house. All the shades were always drawn. And we never heard voices in there. And the yard was full of bamboo. And we liked to play in the bamboo, pretend we were Tarzan, although there was no Jane. And there was a fish pond, a large one, full of the fattest goldfish you ever saw. And they were tame. They would come right up to the surface of the water and took pieces of bread right out of our hands. Our parents had told us, never go near that house. So, of course, we went. We wondered if anybody lived there, because weeks went by and we never saw anybody. Then one day we heard a voice from inside the house. You goddamned whore! It was a man's voice. Then the screen door of the house was flung open and the man walked out. He was holding a fifth of whiskey in his right hand. He was about 30. He had a cigar in his mouth and he needed a shave. His hair was wild and uncombed, and he was barefoot in an undershirt and a pair of trousers. But his eyes were bright, and they blazed with brightness. And he said, "Hey, little gentleman, having a good time, I hope." Then he gave a little laugh and walked back into the house. We left, went back to my parents' yard and thought about this. Our parents, we decided, had wanted us to stay away from that place because they never wanted us to see a man like that. A strong, natural man with beautiful eyes. Our parents were ashamed that they were not like that man, and that's why they wanted us to stay away. But we went back. We went back to that house and the bamboo and the tame goldfish. We went back many times, for many weeks, but we never saw or heard the man again. The shades were drawn, as always, and it was very quiet. Then one day, as we came back from school, we saw the house. It had burned down There was nothing left, just a smouldering, twisted black foundation. And we went to the fish pond, and there was no water. And the fat, orange goldfish were dead, just lying there, drying out. Whew. We went back to my parents' yard and talked about this. And we decided that our parents had burned their house down, had killed them, had killed the goldfish, because it was all too beautiful. Even the bamboo forest had burned. They had been afraid of the man with the beautiful eyes. And we were afraid then that all through our lives, things like that would happen. That nobody wanted anybody to be strong and beautiful like that. No. Others would never allow it. And that many people would have to die.